What's going on, traders? We are back at it again with another week. As of right now, it is the week of May 17th, 2021. Going into it, let's see what we have on deck. Not too much today in terms of macro releases. We are expecting to see the Fed speak again on Wednesday and get a little bit of clarification, hopefully, on what they will be doing about the increasing inflation. Any hints as to what the timetable is for rate increases? Unemployment claims on Thursday might be something else to watch. Manufacturing, maybe a little bit. And that's really it. Those would be like the biggest things I'm looking out for. For gold, it's getting pretty bullish everywhere. You're looking. I'm reading article after article that really, is really showing that it's, silver and gold. The chart's pretty similar. It's this cup, that we've been forming for a long time, and we can really get a serious run. And we're going to look at the chart. But let's first look at how the dollar is doing. And the dollar is really been struggling. As we can see, the DXY, which is really just a weighted basket against other currencies like the euro, yen, and some other ones. This has really been in decline, and there's really hasn't been a bottom yet. We haven't really seen it. I think this could keep going lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a little bit of a trace back for the time being, but this still can keep going. Just with the situation going with no rate increases in sight, the Fed's too scared to raise rates. Real estate market's also a little bit iffy to do that. This still can keep going. We could even see 2008 levels, 2011 levels maybe. This could still keep going down. I think it might. It's out of support where it could jump a little bit, but it's really not showing a lot of strength lately. Looking at the 10-year Treasury, which were rallying a bit earlier in the year, now has really stagnated and really not really been going too much. We did not hit 2% as I thought we might, but another big thing that I've been looking at is Bitcoin. The whole dilemma with Elon Musk. Right now we're again hitting support. We go to the monthly. I mean, really, this isn't a surprise. Look, as simplest of things you could just add to your chart. Like, people can badmouth RSI all they want, but RSI doesn't really lie. We had Bitcoin's RSI on the monthly and the weekly was well over 80. Ethereum was the same way. It was overbought. Let's just be real. Elon Musk, his whole dilemma. My thoughts on that are very simple. It's a very strange, shady tactic what he's doing to buy into with Tesla's money, $1.5 billion into this with no real understanding of the CO2 emissions, no real talk about it before he buys it or after he buys it. In the very beginning, no talk or mention of that, and they just missed that detail right as the price of Bitcoin starts to decline. It just doesn't. And even still, Elon Musk, really, how many people were really going to be buying Teslas with Bitcoin? Not too many. I mean, Tesla stock has really not been doing fantastic, and Tesla stock is in dollars. Tesla stock has really been in the toilet for a long time. And Tesla stock still kind of looks on the it's still just been declining. I mean, this is just a clear bearish channel. It's kind of getting a little bit oversold. So I think there could be a short-term bounce. But yeah, I mean, I think that Elon Musk promoting these horrible coins like Doge, and Shiba or whatever, and then just trying to destroy the legitimacy of the crypto industry and a lot of crypto enthusiasts. It's damaging what he's doing. But the market, we don't need Elon Musk. We don't need one man like that. Bitcoin has to evolve. Crypto has to evolve to a point where one person's Twitter account and one person's very small holding and opinion shouldn't have to affect the entire market of $1 trillion market cap of Bitcoin. But going into gold, let's go into gold. We drew these trend lines out, and so far, I haven't even had a chance to update a little bit of this, but yeah, we are still clearly in an uptrend. This trend is intact. So the longs have it. How high can this go? This can go. This gold, I think, has broken out, and I think that we can say that even on the fact that the major trend line is being pierced. We have a good amount of upside potential. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I think that this is very promising now. We've had a very strong bullish up run for quite a long time. We had just a minor correction of a few hundred, 15, 20%, whatever it is. And now we're coming back. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see when we get to all-time highs, because it's gold. Historically it appreciates. It's going to appreciate. It's a scarce asset. It's going to appreciate. Silver is definitely very bullish too. Silver is getting very bullish as well. Silver can hit deep into the 30s and run up to the 50s, even if I think it has potential. Now, let's look on a little bit of a smaller time frame to the daily. Again, this is we have pierced this trend line. We have had a daily candle close above it. I'm trying to zoom in, sorry. Previous daily here. This is looking solid now. I think it could have a pullback even to maybe, the mid, to just kind of retrace this trend line here. I think it's possible. 1840s would be maybe a nice area to buy. Let's look a little bit lower. Let's put up our volume profiles. At the moment on the 4 hour, it's a little bit extended. I kind of want it to come down. The volume was pretty dense. The VPOC is over here. I'd want it to come down to here. I think it's going to come down to 1850. Would I short it? It's a little tough. I don't really like shorting when it's so strong. I mean, if it was overextended on higher time frames, but this is breaking. This is starting to show me some breaking out. It's pretty strong. I think we could get it back to 1850. So I would like to I would say around here where this accumulation is. I would say around here would be the area you want to go. We want to wait for this volume pocket. This is a little bit. Let me try to pull in a little bit more, but this is not as defined. There's some volume up here, but we're getting some wicks. So it's holding. It could have another run up. That's certainly possible because this trend is pretty strong. But I kind of would, if you ask me what to do, I would kind of want to lean towards that. I mean, sure, it can just fly. Or if you want to swing trade it, if you were to buy it up here, I'd want to just layer some buys up here, and with the thinking to really ride this for a while. That's quite a kind of play. But I don't have any intention to short this really. As this stand, this is clearly bullish. The RSI is a little bit overbought, even on the daily. Let's go to even lower time frame like the 15. Yeah, this is really showing me a lot of strength. But yeah, it's getting a bit of a pullback. Let's look at silver too. XAG, USD, So let's look at silver. There's another one. So basically, yeah, that's really all I'm really thinking. Just wait a bit for gold, maybe catch it on the buy. You really just buy. And when gold and silver just start moving, you gotta just go with it. Sometimes the trends just get strong and they just tear up. Silver's pretty similar. Silver's just impulse up, accumulation, impulse up. It's really going. I think the same thing could be said. Getting a little bit of a wick up here. I think it could kind of pull down a little bit. If it does manage to somehow pull down to like, below $28, I think that's a pretty hot buy. But yeah, there's really not a lot to really want to short. This is really strong. Silver, I mean, look at these candles. This is just impulse, doing higher, low. This is really where we had it. And I started adding a lot of to PSLV. I started adding a bit to this again, because this is they buy physical silver. I prefer the physical silver overall, but if I have to pick, I would definitely choose PSLV over SLV, because PSLV actually buys the physical stuff. But even this is starting to, same thing, lower. I think once we start to clear once we clear 1050, this thing could really start to get a motor on it. And I think that, silver bulls are saying all-time highs. I think that this could double. This has a serious potential, not over a short period of time, but I think over 6 to 12 months, it's very possible. Like I said, do your own research, do your own decision making, but I think it's quite possible. This could really get going, for sure, especially with the inflation the way it is. I think that the market's been woken up. Silver and gold demand, the physical is far outstretching the digital. And, I think that the inflation will help, and just the craziness of the world, Bitcoin, I think, will recover. Again, and I think Bitcoin will make all-time highs. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think that some guy like Elon Musk is going to permanently take it down. Same thing could be said with silver and gold. I think this stuff is here to stay. Silver and gold are a little bit more safer long-term bet. But yeah, that's really all my thoughts. Just really kind of waiting on gold and silver, maybe just have a little bit of a pullback to catch it. But yeah, silver, gold, we are long. You could swing trade this if you want to be safer. Buy PSLV. You could buy just some minor contracts on a broker that doesn't have it. But as long as the dollar is staying weak, the dollar keeps declining. It's really gonna depend on what the Fed does. Does the Fed signal the rates are going to stay the same? If the Fed really says yes, there's inflation, we don't want to show any signs of increasing the rates or anything like that, then yes. But even still, I think if the Fed says, we're going to have to, tighten those rates and really do something, maybe increase them to combat inflation, I still think that, yes, there could be a bit of a pull down for gold and silver and even Bitcoin maybe in some of the tech stocks. But it will, I think that it won't fundamentally kill the demand for them. And I still think that it'll happen, but it's really going to depend. So hopefully this helps you all. This is kind of where I'm looking at, how I see everything. Just be mindful of all this stuff. And have good discipline, good control. 'Cause crypto, it's crazy right now. I think gold and silver are better bets, to a little bit easier. But yeah, that's really it. All right. Well, happy hunting.